Day 3, pants are already wet. Oh well, it's a beautiful day. Like I always say, peace out, folks. Everything's a little damp, so setting up camp and just let everything air out and dry out a little bit. It rained all last night and it rained during the hike today, so still a little crunchy. Couple more minutes. It's actually real beef. Day 4, 7 a.m. Well, it didn't rain last night, so that's good. Things feel damp, but that's normal after 3-4 days. Everything starts to feel damp. Brazeau Lake. I'm gonna go on the point here, see if we can see a bit further down the lake. I think it's calm this morning. The trail followed the high ridge over there, but we had to go over that cliff. Didn't realize there was such a big cliff. Sandy beach. Too cold to go swimming. So it's not humongous, but it's 4 kilometers long or so. Actually, I imagine some people probably leave the main campsite that's over there and come here. I mean, you could just go over there. I bet you if I walk over there, I'll see places where people are camped. You could just, you know, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to stay in the sites, but it'd be pretty hard to resist for some people to put up a campsite right here on the lake and make a fire at night on the lake. That'd be gorgeous. Privy or outhouse or loo, whatever you want to call it, isn't always this far from the camp, but this is a class. This is the third generation. First generation was just a piece of wood across two trees. Second generation was a wooden box. This is what I would call the third generation outhouse in the national park. Fiberglass, and then they just, you can see how there was a hole there, and then they'll move it ever so often. It used to be there, so you know, the wardens will come and dig a new hole. And I think this works better than anything else. The one we saw at the Skyline on that other video, the 3-seaters with the barrels that get shifted around, that's disgusting. They got to fly in the barrels and bring helicopters to pick up the barrels. That just doesn't work. Safe travels. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Je suis désolée, je suis allée.
Ah, c'est rien. Bon voyage.
Ben, toi aussi.
Ça fait plaisir de vous avoir rencontré. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Ça fait plaisir de vous avoir rencontré. Merci. Thank you. Les compagnons hier soir. Bon voyage, bonne fin de voyage. Peut-être on va.
Salut, au plaisir.
Si jamais vous êtes au West Edmonton Mall et vous vous présentez chez Evelyn Charles,
C'est ça, Sarah.
il y a juste une Sarah, je pense. Sarah Bélanger. Ok, bon voyage. Ouais, vous allez être sur la prochaine vidéo, mais ça va me prendre un peu. For me, it's not hard to imagine the fur traders, the natives, but you know, the natives grew up in this environment. The European fur traders who came here, especially early on, you know, in around 1810, when these routes were all being used. I mean, you know, born in England and suddenly plunged into North America. It wasn't called North America, but plunged into New France or whatever it was called at the time, and traveling these trails all summer long to go trade furs, and then getting somewhere at the end of the summer and building a log cabin to winter out. My God, they were tough. And you know, I can do this. I have modern amenities. I mean, I got modern boots, modern clothing, everything. I got a sleeping bag that those guys would have killed for. You know, they probably had a wool blanket, a Hudson's Bay wool blanket. And I have modern comforts, and then I can look forward to going home at the end of this, you know, to the city. I mean, for those guys, what was an improvement over this? You know, going to Rocky Mountain House or something. I mean, if they were lucky, they left this wilderness and headed all the way back to, you know, Upper Canada, to Toronto or Kingston or whatever. But for the most part, all of Western Canada was uninhabited, except for a few little camps and settlements and houses. What a tough life. Uh, 8:50. Got off to an early start today. Got off before 8:30, which is lovely because I got a long day. Today is actually going to be my longest day. I'm walking out from Brazeau and I'm heading all the way back to 4 Point. Well, not all the way back because I'm not backtracking, but I'm going around. So I did Poboktan, and now I'm going to go through the Brazeau Valley and over and head to Nigel Pass. We'll have to zoom in, but that's a woodpecker over there just pecking on that tree at the base. Right there. Mighty Brazeau. Hey Farzine, maybe if you watch this video you'll remember the time we came through here. This is the junction of the south boundary. Actually, the south boundary is that way, and that's a right. And we would have come through there back in 1995, I think. Me and Fars did the south boundary and came through and connected here. So this bit that I just did, Poboktan Trail, I've actually had never done the Poboktan Pass. So now I just got to find out where the campsite is around here. Wow. Bit of a hairy camp. Bridge. Woo-ha! Still I'd call this an engineering marvel nonetheless. I mean, this is impressive. Look at the engineering in this thing. That is some cool. Check that out. Some squirrel has been busy. How cool is that? He's right there and he's not happy. The other river I crossed coming out of the lake is called the North Fork of the Brazeau River. This is the main Brazeau River. So I'm going to follow this for most of today until I go up into the pass, and then I'll come down, and then on the other side, I'm not sure what the creek name is on the other side, but well, that's problematic. The trail used to cross here and follow the other side, but now they got a trail going around. I imagine they built a new bridge somewhere up there. We'll see where it leads, but I'm going to stop and grab some water here. The sun's out. Walking through this in the rain, or even after a rainstorm, you get drenched. It's all waist-high willows, but it's pretty. So far my morning's been relatively easy. A little bit of climbing early on and nothing since. Just following the river. I'm not complaining. Look at the map. Well, not the map, but the distances. $740. This area looks familiar. Been here before. Oh, some energy. Look at how clear that is. The river is so silty, and this is so clear, so clean. This forest walking is getting monotonous. Wouldn't mind a little fresh air, wind. Oh, big important bridge here or something. You see a sign on a tree right there. There's a bridge. Somebody went through some effort. Carve a moose paddle with the word hiker in it. Years ago, well, you'd cross the river and then follow the other side of the river and then cross back on that bridge that's been demolished now. So I don't know how hikers are supposed to know that they don't go across this bridge. I guess the little dust shit there is meant to indicate don't go across, but I imagine a few people have crossed and gone down and realized they're going the wrong way. Now if you go down about 2 kilometers, there's the Wolverine campground. I imagine it's still there, so you could do a day trip. You could still go to 4 Points and then Wolverine and then explore these mountains up here. Somebody's gonna be pissed. What if I say it's useless to have a bear spray with you if you lose your bear spray? So somebody on this trail lost their bear spray. I mean, I don't know where they were carrying it. It's got a holster and everything. It should have been, who knows? Oh well. Just come across a couple that were heading in the opposite direction as me, and I told them about the bear spray I found, and they said they didn't have a bear spray, so I just tossed it to the guy and said, here, now you got one. You're not gonna need it on this trail, but I don't feel like hauling it out. But I was hauling it out because you find garbage, you haul it out. But now he can haul it out. Not sure if there's a junction here that I missed. Oh, that's where I'm heading. What do we got here? I don't remember this. Another little warden's cabin. 4 Points warden cabin. Can you imagine waking up here every morning to that view? Oh man. Oh man. Eh? That would be so amazing. Wake up, there's the view. Oh, oh well. points. Jonas Pass, Jonas Cutoff. Been there a bunch of times in my life. Well, 18.9k in 2 o'clock, left at 9, so 5 o'clock, 5 hours, so pretty slow pace. Well, 4 times 5 is 20. Yeah, it's a 4 kilometer an hour pace with brakes factored in. I'm gonna stop and re-energize, have some food, take the boots off, maybe soak the feet, take a couple of Advils, and really seriously ponder continuing on and going to the trailhead. Hate to say it, but I have some busy work these days and I feel a little guilty about not being at work tomorrow. It's a very important day for the company. Our stock's been frozen for a while as we complete this merger, and tomorrow the stock will start trading again. So I think as the president of the company I should probably be working tomorrow. Nobody had 4 points. Look at that fancy table. Oh God. That is not something I feel look forward to right now. 14 kilometers. A whole morning of 18 and now I got 14. That'll be a 32 kilometer day, my friends. That's a long day. And I just took a couple of not painkillers but anti-inflammatories. I might have to stop several times on the way out, probably every hour, soak my feet and do a little bit of management. I'm going to go to a slower pace here. I'll probably be a 3 kilometer an hour kind of pace, just to conserve energy, because if you work out too hard, you actually can't go, you run out of the juice. You know, you try and do a very hard pace and then you run out of juice and then you're done. So you're better to go to a slow pace and go longer than fast and not too far. So don't know if that makes sense, but anyways. All right. That's Nigel Pass right up there. 3K down. See if there's anybody here. Not the prettiest campsite. Anybody want to trade places with me? Whoever's sitting in their office watching this in a big city somewhere, don't you want to trade places with Marty up north? And look at this grandiose view. That's Nigel Pass up ahead. It's going to be a climb to get over it, but look at that view. Wait a second here once I clear these couple of trees. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I think the trail starts to snake away from the water, so it's not the prettiest water in the world, but I need water because I have zero water right now. I haven't talked about this straw filter that I got from Hydro Blue. You know, it weighs, God, I'm guessing an ounce, and you know, you just throw it in the pack, and it's a good emergency backup. But I'll use it real quick. I'm also going to use the main system to filter some water right now. So the straw, like this is, you can see it's silty as hell. And the straw is pretty simple. You flip open this end, take this out, and then you have it. You're just using it as a straw and as a filter. Now, I wouldn't, you know, that's not an easy way to drink a bottle. It's also not an easy way if you could stick your face right in the creek and drink that way. This system is definitely better, so. Filter bottle. No matter what, I don't want to be caught going up on a ridge like that. Yeah, like I said, passes are where waters divide. So on now one side of the pass, this water's going that way, and on the other side, it's a new creek. It's the start of a new creek. Well, I don't know. It looks pretty dry up there, so the creeks aren't probably running very much. So just to be safe, one of the fellow hikers I met up there said, make sure you grab a liter. So that's what I'm doing. This filter needs to be backwashed, but I'm just gonna force it through for today. If I had more energy, I'd go down there and look at that waterfall, but I just don't today. This is not fun. What the heck was that? That's my phone alarm of some sort. Huh. Only a little further. I'll restart the camera in a second. Sorry. there's a cool breeze. It's a false pass, false summit. A little farther to go. I'm going that way. Won't be long, it'll all be downhill. I think I think the pass is right there, but this is pretty high. And then it's about 7K downhill. Oh. Amen. I'll be at the car by 6:30. This is the fun part. It's okay when you're not carrying a 40-pound pack, but this is this tricky one here. Oh shit. Alright, that was interesting. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. This hike throws everything at you in terms of scenery. It is just, you know, every hour you hike for an hour and then the scenery changes. 1 hour and you're in the trees and you start to hate it, and then boom, you're out, you're following a river, and then boom, you're going in an alpine, and boom, you're going through, you know, a rocky area, and boom, you're going up, and boom, you're going down. I mean, it's just, this trail literally throws everything at you. It's so phenomenal. It's an amazing trail. It's the Brazeau Lake. A while ago I got a glimpse of the highway. I must be about 2 kilometers away now. And The boots are heavy. Doesn't matter if I'm only hiking 10 kilometers in a day or 30 kilometers in a day. The last two always hurt the most. So if I'm doing 10 kilometers, by the time I hit 8, I can feel the end in sight and I start to hurt. And today, right now, I am really hurting. I mean, I'm at 32.4 on the watch, on the Garmin watch, and so that's a long day. That's actually almost, I think that's my record for a long day. I haven't seen this in a long time. What a kick in the teeth. Such a beautiful hike. Finishes with a walk along the fire access road. How crap is that? Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this hike. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making the video. It was a hard day today, though. My watch says 36.8 kilometers. That's a long distance to be finishing. So, at least I'll be home tonight. Jeez. So like I said, get off the beaten path, find the trail, go for a hike. If you're nervous, do an overnighter. A trail like this one, there's so many people on here, you would never be alone at night. So if there's something wrong or something happens to you, you'll have lots of people who can help you. Do the popular trails, and then after that, do the popular trails with a friend, do the popular trail alone, and then later on you'll be on your own alone. All right, folks. Marty up north, signing out.
Here's my pack. I came home last night. I was supposed to come home today, but I did an extra effort. I did 32 plus kilometers yesterday. The end of the trail was so boring, I just wanted to get out of there and come home. And I felt a little guilty. I had business stuff to do today, and I wanted to be around for it. So anyways, let's see what it weighs, or what I weigh and what the pack weighs at the end of the trip. So it was about 42 pounds when I started. So let's reset. So me right now, 175, so I lost 2 pounds. And now I'm going to grab the pack. I'm going to hold the pack in my hands. Actually, I need to reset it back to 0. And then step on with the pack. 209.2. So 175, so that's 25 plus 9, so it's 36. So and it was 42 going in, so 8 pounds less, 2 pounds of food per day, so that's about right.
Let's sing together. Just gentle. Chica, wanna sing? Chica. Hey, be nice. Don't say anything. Shh. Quiet. Shh. Come here, Chica.